What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Ben Thomas Show. Thanks for coming back, guys. We got EXO-6 giving us another pre-order today, and it's, of course, Captain Shaw. Now, I've got some takes on this one. I'm not going to lie. I laughed a little when I saw the photo, and I feel bad for that. So, guys, stick around if you like the video. Hit the like button. Smash the subscribe if you're new to the Ben Thomas Show, and let's get into it.
YouTube, the final frontier. These are the episodes of the Ben Thomas Show. My continuing mission: to explore strange new Star Trek reviews, to seek out new Star Trek collectors and new badass collectibles, and to boldly go where no Trek collector has gone before.
Okay, everybody, welcome back. So yes, we got another EXO-6 pre-order dropping today, and of course, we're looking at Captain Shaw. Now, honestly, my thoughts on this character to begin with are the same as yours, let's be honest. When he's introduced, the very first thing you think is, you dick. Because of course, he's saying no to Picard and Riker, some of the greats in Star Trek, and for me, you don't say no to those guys, but I also understood from a captain's perspective some of the rules and regulations for why he would have had to. And over the course of the show, Picard Season 3 of course, I thought he grew on me more than I expected. He was still kind of a dick throughout, but that was the character. And I do like that he did have that kind of emotional catharsis at the end. What I was sad to see was his character's passing at the end of the show. Now, the video he left for 7 of 9 was beautiful, and it gave kind of a better look at to why he gave 7 such a hard time. But I also didn't necessarily feel like I needed to collect the character as a result. He's still, to me, not a main portion of Star Trek canon that I feel like I need to display. But I can understand why you may have felt connected, especially with the way that the character kind of exited the series. Now, is this a cool character? 100% otherwise. I do think some of the stuff that he's coming with the figure on EXO-6 here is iconic. You know, the wine glass that comes with him there. You could set him up in the dining room scene there where he's sitting with Captain and having his drink and kind of being that dick. Or, of course, you could put him up on the bridge and make him look cool that way. But for me, EXO-6 is losing my faith a little bit with regards to some of the likeness here. The portrait's the moneymaker. And to me, this is not quite nailing it. Now, the actor is a very unique looking person, let's be honest. And I do think that this looks like he's related. But it's not quite right. The face at the temples are a little bit too thin. I will say his hair being sculpted doesn't help the character likeness, but it's also too thick and chunky. He's got kind of wispy hair up on top, and that's not really shown very well with a sculpted hairpiece. The tailoring looks pretty good. I'll give it that. EXO-6 is typically nailing that. This doesn't look too baggy. I think that the way that they stylized the uniforms for Picard Season 3 were pretty cool, and I do think it's a cool representation of the character. We do have Admiral Picard as well, so you could still already pair him with somebody. But to me, honestly, if I was going to put Shaw in my collection, I'd want him with 7 of 9. His number 1 is First Officer, and she played a huge part in that series. Now, we've seen 7 of 9 from EXO-6 already from Voyager, but we haven't seen her even teased yet for Picard Season 3. So what do you guys think? Is she on the way? Who else are you going to pair Shaw with otherwise? I guess really it's just Admiral Picard. I don't know if that's enough. I don't know if that's enough justification to go down this line yet. And we've talked about it before. I really feel that EXO-6 is really spreading each of these lines a little on the thin side. Not gonna lie, it does feel like they're not deep enough other than on Voyager and Deep Space Nine at this point. We're still waiting on the original series. We're still waiting on more from the Next Generation. And Picard Season 3, while to me it felt like Season 8 of Star Trek The Next Generation, it still isn't one that I feel like I have to collect yet. Now, would I collect the whole bridge crew from that last scene where they're back on the Enterprise D? Yeah, maybe. Seeing their aged character likenesses I thought was pretty cool. And it did give me chills, and I'm not gonna lie, I shed a few tears. I'll admit it. But I do feel like I have to avoid this particular portion of the line at this point. But I want to hear from you guys in the comments here. What are your thoughts on this likeness? Do you feel like EXO-6 is delivering for you lately? Whenever you see one of these pre-order videos come up, are you like, oh my god, I can't wait to look at this figure? Or do you fear that feeling of disappointment? That kind of like, it's close, but it's not quite there. Now, let's be honest. This figure is still coming in at a way lower price point than what we're seeing competitors come in at, right? When I say competitors, I mean places like InArt, Hot Toys. This is coming in at $200 plus a $25 flat rate. It's already slated to be estimating delivery as early as Q3 of 2024, which tells me, honestly, this guy's pretty much baked in the oven at this point. We're not really going to see much change from prototype to final. So if you're happy with this final, I actually do think you'll be really pleased with the figure, because I don't think it's going to change that much. The actor got a copy of this figure in hand from 6 Scale Mafia and the EXO-6 team. And seeing his reaction to the figure, I will say, was friggin' priceless. How cool would it be to be a Star Trek fan your whole life, you finally get in on a Star Trek show, and then a company makes your figure likeness in 6 scale? For that, I think it's really cool, and I'm really happy because he's not only a collector, but also a really friggin' cool guy. So for that alone, I definitely support this release, even though for me, I think it's one that I plan to avoid for my own collection. Now guys, he comes of course with the Federation phaser, that sleekly designed hand phaser seen in the Picard season, as well as of course that wine glass. So pretty dialed down for accessories, but again, I think that the price point justifies it at this point. I expected EXO-6 to be creeping up in price point, and they've reeled it back in a little bit, and I'm okay with that. I think that that's enough to get me to consider buying even the figures or the characters that I don't feel like I need to have. If one comes out that I'm like, wow, that's good, I'll still definitely consider it, even if it's not within the main lines I would collect. But guys, I want to hear from you in the comments down below. What are your thoughts on the likeness? Do you wish he'd come with a few more accessories? And of course, what other character needs to come with this guy to either justify putting him in your collection, or is this standalone? Could you just put this in with your captain's display and be happy about it? I gotta see a Captain Annika Hansen at some point, but of course she wasn't captain in the show. She was still first officer. But I love Jerry Ryan. I would love to see her likeness, of course, return for Picard Season 3 to pair him up with Shaw. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Of course, if you liked the video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe if you're new to the Ben Thomas Show. Live long and prosper, of course. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Wow, what a great audience. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.
In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.